What's up, guys? Reps here. Back again, another upload. You read the title, you read the thumbnail. You know what we're talking about today. We've got these absolute beauties. The J-Balvin Air Jordan 3. Take a look at that. The beautiful Medellin sunset. Let's get into it. All right, so let's get into talking about these joints. The brand new J-Balvin Air Jordan 3. At the time of making this video and uploading this video, they haven't been released for retail yet. The Medellin Sunset is where this colorway was inspired from. These are inspired by J-Balvin's hometown, a photograph that he took apparently where the sunset was this color gradient here. And that's where it comes from. That's the inspiration. And otherwise are just clean pair of white threes. So let's get into the details on this sneaker because I want to show off these nice close-up shots and really do this pair justice. So let's start with the sole. So the sole of the sneaker is just a regular Jordan 3 sole. And you might think that it is just plain white, but actually it is translucent. It just doesn't have any graphics or colors underneath, which is a little bit of a letdown. Some earlier pairs had different colors on the forefoot and under the heel, but doesn't have anything under there. Would have been cool to see some artwork underneath the translucent sole, but I guess not. And then going up the midsole, from the front, we can see that translucent sole poking through, and it's just a creamy outsole speckled with dust and dirt and mud because I've worn the crap out of these things already. I've probably worn them out like 20 days total. I've had them for a little bit. As we move to the back of the outsole though, we can see that painted section of the Medellin Sunset. And yes, it is hand painted. You can see the brush strokes. If you move it along the light like that, you can see the strokes that are in it. And it goes from purple to pink to yellow, and then it loops around and does the reverse. It is one continuous long bit around the back of the sole here. And of course we have the usual air bubble as well poking out on the side of the sole. That's lovely, and now let's move on to the upper. We'll start with the main portion, which is absolutely premier. The tumbled white leather that goes over most of the whole upper. It's the main part. The tumbled leather goes over top of the toe with all of my creases in it. It goes along this piece that goes over the lower section along the sides. That's also tumbled. And then it continues on the side of the sneaker and then up to the ankle where the laces go through. This is your usual Jordan tumbled leather. It is soft. It is comfortable. It is absolutely spot on. Very happy to see that on this pair. Now the other materials that are on the upper are along the toe and the back of the heel. We have this white and gray elephant print. This is not the usual elephant print because that is a lot darker, having black in the cracks of it. But this is a creamy white on the raised parts, and then it is a soft gray on the background of it. Now I do really like this hit. It is unique to these. I've never seen white and gray elephant print before. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Let me know if there have been other pairs of threes or any sneaker that have this white and gray elephant print, but I've never seen it before. And the other material that is on the upper of this pair is gray suede, which is around the lace eyelets and then around the back of the heel. With this gray suede, it reminds me of the A Ma Maniere Jordan 3s, but it is not quite as hairy as that. It is a lot smoother. It's just not quite as hairy, quite as lively. Oh, and Agato is making a little cameo, different one this time than is per usual on my videos, I suppose. Now me calling a comparison to the A Ma Maniere 3s, part of me does wish that they did have the suede along the toe and heel just like on the Maniere 3s, but part of me really likes this gray elephant print. It's unique to these and I really like it. And honestly, it still is just that gray color, so it kind of goes together anyway. There's no time better than now to talk about the heel tab, and that has the Medellin Sunset colors in it. This is not a clear back tab with colors behind it. As you can see when I pull it back, you can see the color gradient in there. So it is like molded and dyed. And also there is a difference on the two shoes. The right shoe, which I have in my hand here, has that J-Balvin smiley face with the little lightning bolts as the eyes. And the left shoe has the regular Air Jordan Nike Air back tab, but the I in Air at the bottom is also a lightning bolt. So they have the two different back tabs. I really like that hit. Now let's get on to the laces and tongue up on the top of the sneaker. The laces that I have in here are not the originals. These are a replacement set. I have no clue where they're from, but I had them lying around. Looking at the tongue, of course it is also tumbled leather. On the top, we have that dotted perforated leather going up the main portion of the tongue. And let's get a close-up on all of the lace eyelets. Starting at the bottom, the 5 lace eyelets are yellow. Going up the middle, the ones that have the gray suede around them are just the regular beige color. And then up at the top, that is also yellow, matching the same color as the ones on the bottom. As well as the embroidered Jumpman on the tongue is also in a shiny golden yellow. That yellow is continued on the inside of the tongue, and unfortunately the rest of the interior of the sneaker is not yellow, it is gray. And one last little detail that I will talk about is the edges of the tumbled leather panels having that yellow color as well, more accent yellow. It kind of reminds me of the Union Air Jordan 1s having the yellow edges to simulate it being old and aged. This isn't for that same reason, but it is pretty similar in the concept as that, which I think really gives the shoe more definition, like defining those outlines that are the same panel. You know, you would still have the lines of where the different layers overlap, but this gives it a little more definition, a little more accent, and I really like it. Now let's move on and talk about the box and all the accessories that came with this. Of course, we do have a special box here. This is with the plastic sleeves still over it. It obscures a lot of the details that are down here, giving way to the Medellin sunset with the big Balvin smiley face in the middle. When we take it off, we can see the rest of the cover, which is just that smiley face gradient, and then we have text at the bottom here, which reads, "A sunset always reminds me a new day full of opportunity is coming." And it's written in English and I presume Spanish or Portuguese. Then when we open up the box, we got more miscellaneous stuff in here. We have the special paper, which also has that yellow to pink to purple gradient, but this is a lot more like blended together instead of on the actual sneaker. It's not blended very well. It cuts between the colors quite harshly. And these are also the laces that were in it. They are flat, white, Jordan 3 laces. They're quite thin as well. And for those of you that want to be nerds about all the information, this is what the size tag looks like on the side of the box. Air Jordan 3 Retro SP. If you want to pause and take a look at it, check it out. I didn't realize that the bottom of the box also has that. It is actually textured. It has physical texture. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that until I was filming the video just now. That's pretty cool. And now onto comfort and sizing, which is what really matters for those of you that are going to be trying to get your hands on a pair. For me, I went a half size up to a size 11, just because that's what I tend to wear in 3s. Having a wider foot and being a bigger guy, I need a little bit of a bigger area to put my feet down on. They fit me just the same as every other pair of 3s I've ever had, so I recommend just get your normal size that you get in 3s. And then comfort. For me, Jordan 3s are the most comfortable Air Jordan that I have and that I wear. The Montage 3s, the white cements, and these all feel the same, and that is to say absolutely fantastic. The underfoot comfort, although I do still put my Boost foam insoles inside of them, honestly don't really need it. Jordan 3s have pretty good underfeet comfort. It's solid. It's nothing close to like an Adidas or Yeezy like with the Boost foam, which is why I put those in there. But they do have pretty solid underfeet comfort and they're nice and stable. And then the over top feet comfort, this being all tumbled leather and suede and whatnot, it is mighty comfortable. Please leave a comment with any questions you guys have or suggestions for future videos that you guys want to see. I love reading your comments and responding to you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.